Hello everyone, I am Dr. Monu Singh, Associate Professor at Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies, Pitampura. Today in this lecture, I am going to talk about the motivation. So let's start the lecture. Might be you have seen some student who struggles to read even a couple of pages of their textbook but may devote their favorite book in a day. What is that one variable which prompts them to behave like this? Can anyone have any idea? Yes, you are right. It's their interest zone, or you can say it's their motivation. Now the question arises, what is motivation? Let's discuss the term motivation in detail. The term motivation has been derived from the Latin word mover, which means to move. Here you need to understand the three words. These three terms are motive, motivation and motivating. According to the Barcelona and Skinner, they have defined the term motive in their book entitled Human Behavior, which was published in the year 1964, as a motive is an inner state that energizes, activates or moves and that directs behavior towards goals. McFarland has explained the term motivation in his book Principles and Practices, which was published in the year 1974 as motivation refers to the way in which urge, derives, desires, aspirations, strengths or need direct, control or explain the behavior of human beings. Next, according to the Professor Prasad, he has defined the term motivating as motivating is a term which implies that one person induces another to by ensuring that a channel to satisfy the motive becomes available and accessible to the individual. In addition to channelizing the strong motives in a direction that is satisfying to both the organization and the employees, the manager can also activate the latent motives in individuals and harness them in a manner that would be functional for the organization. Now let's understand this with the help of an example. One student who is studying approximately 12 hours in a day, here his motive is to become an IS officer because it is his or her inner state which is prompting her to study 12 hours in a day. This is his or her individual need. Whereas motivation is after becoming an IS officer, the kind of respect, responsibility and social recognition he will get. So these are his or her motivation factor, and motivating is might be his or her friends who are also preparing for IS officer exam, or you can say his or her relatives who are IS officer. It means one person induces another to achieve the goals. So based on this discussion, now we can derive a motivation nature. So the first nature of motivation is psychological aspects. Motivation is a psychological aspect because it's an inner feeling which induces every person in a different manner. Let's take one example. To one person, salary is the motivation factor. To another person, might be recognition is the motivation factor. One person is directed towards the goal because he or she will get an increment in his or her salary. But on the other hand, the person who wants to achieve his or her goal because he is attracted to the position which he or she will get after completing the goal. Next point is it is goal oriented. Your goal should be clear and concise so that you should know how to achieve your desired goals. Let's take another example. One person who wants to become an entrepreneur, but how to become an entrepreneur? What are the areas which he or she needs to explore? In which sector he can work and how to set up his business? What he should do first, what he should do next. So these steps should be clear to him, which induces them towards the goal or which are helping them to achieve the goals. Now the third point is continuous process. Motivation is a continuous process. It should be kept on going until you will reach your desired goal. Let's take example, one person who is working so hard towards his or her goal, but in the middle if he or she will stop moving towards the goal, it will hamper his or her performance and there are possibilities that the person will miss his or her goal. So that's why motivation is a continuous process, or we can consider it's an ongoing process. Now the next topic is importance of motivation in an organization. So the process of motivation plays a very important role in any organization. First, you can say it increases the productivity. Motivation leads to the productivity of the employees. It creates a drive to work towards the desired goal. Next, you can say it ensures organizational efficiency. Motivation changes the attitude of an employee. A motivated employee always works towards his or her desired goal or he or she wants to achieve, and it always remains positive. Third is ensure loyal workforce. A motivated employee is considered as a loyal workforce for an organization as they have a high morale, high commitment towards the goal, so they are going to be the motivated or the positive workforce for the employees. Next point we can consider, motivation reduces the absenteeism. A motivated employee loves his or her job and it reduces employees absenteeism. So in the end we can conclude that motivation is an inner state that leads to goal directed behavior, brings changes in the attitude of the employees and increases the productivity. I hope you like today's lecture on the topic motivation. If you like, please like, subscribe the Tecnia TV.